everyone, Craig here with Craig Dacey Financial Coaching, and I'm here with another EveryDollar tutorial video. And we're going to be talking about the envelope system and how to really start small to get that ball rolling and help you not get overwhelmed with tracking your spending. Now, before we jump in here, I do want to invite you guys to Funding Freedom U. It's an online platform full of courses, live monthly coaching calls, downloadable resources, and a community of other people who are on the same financial journey as you. Now, Funding Freedom U, I would love to invite you to join in as my guest. Click the link in the description below to sign up and join us. I know you'll love it, and it's going to help you really get the results you're looking for faster. Now, jumping into EveryDollar, we're going to be looking through here. And so when it comes to tracking our expenses, what happens a lot of times is when people get started on their first budget, especially their first EveryDollar budget, is we feel the need to track every single expense, every single thing we spend. And while that's incredibly important, it can be overwhelming. So doing things like adding in the electric bill, right? If it's an $80 bill, people are stressing about remembering to come in here and add that $80 as their expense. So they're tracking those things. And so what I'm going to encourage you to do is take a small step. If this is your first time doing this, the first time tracking, I want you to only pick one or two items to really focus on this month. No more than 4. I recommend 4 being the top that you start with. Then as you go, you can add things in as needed. Now, personally, I never come in here and add a transaction for things like electricity or rent or mortgage because I know what those are going to be. That's the amount. So I don't necessarily need to track it because I'm not going to accidentally spend more on rent than what's planned. Does that make sense? So because it's going to get taken out of my bank account. So I don't stress too much about these. But there are 4 categories that I'm going to show you, and I'm going to give you a little tip on how to track those. So I want you to choose no more than 4, 3 or 4, 1 or 2, whatever you feel comfortable starting with, categories to track. And when you're picking them, I want you to think of ones that you know might be easy for you to go over on. What are some things that you feel like you might overspend on? A big one is restaurants. I'm going to go ahead and recommend you track restaurants this month. So go through your EveryDollar account, and I want you to click that star next to restaurants. That's going to add it to your favorites. So anytime you log into EveryDollar, it's up here at the top. Same on your phone. When you log into EveryDollar, your favorites are always at the top. It's easy for you to get to when you're going out to eat and you spend $59. I meant to hit 50. And so then it's easy to add those transactions. Okay, so restaurants is number 1. The other one I'm going to recommend is groceries, especially starting out, getting used to how much to spend on groceries. It can really fluctuate, so tracking that is going to be super important. Another one I'm going to recommend, if I can find it, is going to be gasoline, or fuel could be one. When I say fuel, usually we don't overspend on fuel on purpose. If this is your first budget, you may not know how much you should be budgeting for fuel. So it's a good idea to track it to make sure you don't go over on gas. So that's a good one to have. So when you're at the gas pump, you can track it to see where you are. Down the road, you may not need to. I still track gas every time I go just to see how we're doing on gas. Make sure that if we are going to go over, maybe we took some extra trips, whatever, that we can plan for it and we're able to catch it. All right, so we have groceries, restaurants, gas, and then I'm going to do entertainment. If that's one of your categories, you can come through here and look at clothing. This budget doesn't have any clothing budgeted, but let's say you budget $200 for clothing. That's probably a good one to be tracking because we could easily overspend on it. So think what's best for you. What are some that you want to start with and add those to your favorites? Again, 4 is what I would start with, no more than that. Next month, you can add a couple more if you have others you're wanting to try and track. But we don't want to get overwhelmed and get too frustrated. If you have EveryDollar Plus, it's going to give you every single transaction. So when you come up here, you're going to see everything that came out of your bank account is going to be listed here, including your electric bills and all that stuff. So that's where you can drag it. If you don't feel like doing that, you can just delete them and only drag the ones into the favorited categories as you track it. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments box below. Otherwise, good luck with your budget. We're about to start 2018 as of this recording. So I know this is a time where a lot of you are trying out your budgets for the first time, getting on board with the tracking expenses. So best of luck. And I will tell you right now, there's no better time to hop in Funding Freedom U. Click on the link, watch the video, check out some of the frequently asked questions, and see if it's a right fit for you. All right, I'll see you in the next video.